Alright, back on task. Data downloads, alien. Fauna reproductive data. Extensive alien research data on the local fauna with a special focus on their reproductive methods. Core conclusions have been synthesized. The aliens discovered the life forms on the planet have just one sex. They observed local organisms engaging in asexual reproduction. All healthy individuals tested were capable of egg laying. Eggs usually require genetic materials from another of the species. In rare case, only one parent was required, with evolutionary mutation introduced by the effects of the environment itself. Research appears to have been focused around hatching conditions and genetic variations between parent and child. Interesting. So they have no gender. You just need a second. You just need a second organism's genes. You need the jizz, but they don't have differences between them. Alien flora research. Local plants being held in stasis. The aliens evidently sought an extensive knowledge of the planet's ecosystem, which would have been necessary to support any live specimen research. Research equipment. A large laboratory table and accompanying scanners incorporate technologies far beyond our current level of understanding. Hypotheses, equipment maintenance, staff maintenance, specimen analysis, specimen gene manipulation. If they're so advanced, why are they dead? The real questions. Crab claw kelp. A blue-tipped kelp species which tends to grow in or near to acidic brine pools on the ocean floor. These brine pools are hazardous to most life forms. However, the crab claw has adapted to developing a thick, inflexible root system which can withstand the environment, and which raises the sensitive blue feeding nodules above the level of the brine. Alright, that was a recent discovery too. The spotted dockleaf, a simple aquatic plant. Chemicals within the leaves act to neutralize poisons and acids found in other local specimens, thereby actively encouraging predation by herbivores, albeit in small quantities. This ensures the plant both spreads its seeds but retains enough surface area on its leaves to survive itself. Huh. Interesting. That's weird. So, like, that's a really interesting, symbiosis there. Its leaves have the seeds in them and also the cure to local diseases, plagues, acids, and whatnot. So eating that thing helps you survive in this environment. But as a result, you're getting the seeds, which you then will poop out somewhere else. Because that's how seeds... You're an alien stuff. Get in there. Oh wait, I also have the tablets. I also have that egg, technically. I mean, really, I should just put all this stuff in my alien stuff folder. That makes sense. So I've got 2 purple tablets. I'm all out of orange tablets. I've got eggs for cuttlefish and one of the eels. I want to put that in my base. That'll be nice. Sorry, I keep not turning the light back on. Even though that probably looks like garbage on the video. Whoops. I believe I can craft the tablets, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Ion cube and 2 nickel. I wasn't able to craft that till recently. It's weird, right? The first tablet you learn how to craft requires diamonds, which on Earth is so precious, but it's so easy to craft in the game. But then the other one requires nickel, and that's like the rarest thing I've ever seen. Besides maybe the sulfur, the crystallized sulfur. The idea there's crystallized sulfur speaks to the level of toxicity, I think. I'm not an expert on sulfur, but I'm just thinking, like, Can I turn around it here? have no idea where the squid is. I just would like to face forward as I continue if I can. Okay. He doesn't seem to be around, but who knows? Yeah, I don't know a lot about sulfur, but I always got a general feeling that it's probably really bad for people in general. But I haven't paid particular attention to it in any academic level. Don't really have anything to offer there. It just, if it's crystallizing, that tells me, oh, there's so much of it in the water here that it can crystallize in that form. And that doesn't sound great to me. Okay, so we just never saw that crab squid again, huh? So aren't we back now? To where the big fossil was? I did not mean to do that. I hit the horn. Which never seems to actually do anything. That spooked me. Alright, at the moment we're fine. Kind of hauling ass back to that previous location. Look at those low hangs. I'm curious about what kind of... how you get those, like, plateaus sticking out of those... That's weird. Are you still hugging the head? Because I kind of want to see if I can scan the head. But I'm not psyched about the Leviathan that was, like, hugging it. Jesus. There's Leviathan again. Not that close to the head right now. Am I just crashing into these guys constantly right now, or what? There's the Leviathan. Oh. He's turning around. I never feel like I can tell how observant they're being or not.
Engine powering down.
You don't see me, right? You're not after me? He's just like roaring in general, right? 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 I want to see if I can scan the head. I mean, he's not that close. Yeah. I don't like the sound. I don't like the sound. I don't like it. I like it. Stop it. Well, he was coming for me, wasn't he? I think you actually make worse sounds than the Reaper, maybe. I don't think I ever really hear it make sounds until I get in the water, which seems to be when it detects me. It seems to not care about me when I'm in that thing. Exploitable, what? What did I find that's exploitable? Deep shroom. Oh, did I never read this? Discolored relative of the acid mushroom, adapted to low light conditions, considerably more acidic than its shallow dwelling cousin. It may have applications in advanced fabrication. Yeah, hydrochloric acid. Fauna. Deceased. Mixed Leviathan fossils. Oh, that was in the lab. These fossils likely came from the ancient ancestors of Leviathans which inhabit the planet today. The relative size of and delicacy of the bones suggests they formed the part of the ear canal, or some other complex internal structure. That's a really specific thing to have in the lab, huh? The gargantuan fossil. Look how big that thing is. Look at that giant mouth. The fossilized remains of an extinct super predator. Its sheer size would prohibit it from it. You're not coming after me right now, are you? Its sheer size would have prohibited it from entering such an enclosed space, suggesting the geography of the planet has shifted around it over time, a true apex predator. What they're saying there is that this fossil is so fucking big and old that, like, this cave happened afterwards. The corpse happened before this entire cave did, and yet it's still visibly here. Dated at approximately 3 million years old. Rib cage measurements suggest the creature was eel-like in structure. Calculations suggest this is only the front third of the specimen. The remains now support a vibrant microcosm of life. Note, there are a series of precise angular indentations on the ribcage, suggesting a third party has taken samples from the specimen at a previous time. Yeah, we know who did that. The aliens have been taking a little look-see here and there. We're down to 15 remaining logs. Slowly chipping away at the existing pile in addition to reading the ones we keep finding. Oh boy. He's my neighbor right now. I do not like its creepy mouth. I don't like its gaping bite mouth. It looks a lot like an ant peel, for sure. It also seems to really struggle with this internal structure of this place. Alright, so we need to be in quiet mode.
Rig for silent running. Engine powering up.
Oopsie. Not coming after me right now, are you? You wouldn't be noticing me right now, would you? Okay, cool. Thanks for not doing that. The hole is the approximate direction I want to go in, so that's a good guess. The abyss. These locations are so far away. I'm surprised that the abyss opening and the hole are almost equidistant. Okay, not quite, but closer than I would think. Because the abyss feels like it's so far away. The disco cave is 2 kilometers away. Holy crap. That hole I found is the halfway point of a 2-kilometer cave. I need to turn you off. I don't need to be draining my batteries. That's insane. Because I'm at the central... I almost said cross section. That's not the correct word at all. I'm at the crosswalk. I'm at Shibuya Plaza over here. And so based on being at Shibuya Plaza over here, like, that's the central hub that forks off in all the different directions. As far as I've seen so far. And from here, the disco cave opening I went to, like, that cave I went down was 2 kilometers. The hole is actually the midpoint of that cave. The abyss is 1 kilometer that way. Yeah, it is like equidistant, the abyss and the hole. So that passage was twice as long as the one that had the abyss that I came from, or the abyss. But that one was way more detailed. Way more shit was going on between here and here. Like when I came in through the abyss, I saw all sorts of stuff. But the passageway that goes from here to disco is just it's like a single continuous biome. So here's our last mystery we haven't checked out yet, besides the hole itself. I don't need to poke past that one ghost Leviathan I saw earlier, because that would have taken me to... Let's see, if I kept going the way I came from, that would have taken me to the red base. And if I went past the ghost Leviathan himself, that would have taken me to the Degassi base that has all the crab squids at it. So, yeah, I know where every passage goes right now. Unless I've outright missed one. This is cool. Hey there, guys. I currently have no indication of threat. Just a really cool tree thing. It's pretty. No, don't hit me, Rays. You deserve to live. You deserve to live.
Engine powering down.
No threats. That's good. No threats coming at me, at least. Look how blue it is around here. This is with the lights off. This is how it looks inside here. That's kind of cool. All right, let's see where we are. What's this place like? It's a bit open, which spooks me a little bit, but it's not that open. I can see every wall as far as I can tell. And it's just the ray is repeating over and over again. You're inside my ship right now. Oh my god. Did they go through my ship? They go through walls? They tried. What was that sound? Does the sound the rays make? It sounded like a reef back. I miss reef backs down here. It's a weird sight. Is that an egg? It almost looks like a fetus in an umbilical cord, except the fetus is just a ball. Giant cove tree. Look at the purple bits. There's more of them. I mean, those just look like pills. It's a really cool looking location. I seem to be completely not threatened at all right now. Nothing's coming in. Oh no! Physics! That guy's been a victim of physics. Not a ton of resources around here, but there is the mushrooms. And is that some nickel? Yep. It wasn't even attached to the rock, it was just sitting there. Just laying there. Is that more? I'm not maxed out on nickel yet. These are good finds. In case I need a bunch to build a rocket or something. Well, this is chill. Nothing's trying to eat me. No apparent risks. Little bits of nickel here and there. Ah, Titanite deposit. I can't stop calling it Titanite. You've ruined me, Dark Souls. I've made that mistake so many times this playthrough. Oh, I thought that was nickel. Silver's relatively rare. Alright.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm on my way back.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems
Online.
online.
All systems online. Let's plop the silver in there. And more nickel in there. Click, click, click. There we go. What do you gotta say to me? Coral, maybe? No. Flora? Giant cove tree. A vast tree encountered in a deep cove, and the only one of its kind encountered on the planet. The tree is surrounded by rays grazing on its pink outer leaves. Bark. A hardy, fast-growing bark covers the outside of the tree. Minuscule organisms inhabit the notches in the surface. Ghost Leviathan eggs. The tree's branches are wrapped around a number of maturing eggs belonging to the species designated Ghost Leviathan. This tree appears to be an ancient nesting ground. The eggs were laid when the tree was young, and now the branches protect and grow with them as they await the right conditions to hatch. Oh boy. Oh boy, so this is where the Ghost Leviathans come from. It makes some sense. Overall, there's 3 ways out of here, right? The Abyss direction, the Disco direction, and the red... Calm down, music. There's the Abyss direction, there's the red base direction, and there's the Disco direction. And all 3 of those directions had at least one Ghost Leviathan at it. If you go to the Abyss location, there was a Ghost Leviathan in the open area up there too. So there was another one in that direction too. There might be more of them near various openings too if I were to, you know, swim around and risk it and stuff. So they're in every passage around this entire area. Huh. Alright. Well, hope they don't fucking hatch now. It'd be really not nice of them to do that. That is a sight. Yeah, that's one of the cooler looking things in the game. It's too bad that it houses a horrible monster. Yay. Ugh. Yeah. No thank you. No thank you. Let's see.
Engine powering up.
Let's keep poking around. I don't think there's much to do here. If I wanted to have a base that's down here in this cave, this would not be a terrible place to put it. Because right in that direction is the annex that connects everything to everything. And it would mean I'd have a base down here where I don't have to go past Ghost Leviathans, potentially. But the question is why I'd want to do that. Maybe power cell chargers or a moon base for crafting upgrades and things. Be one potential use. Where does this go? I think it really boils down to what kind of tasks I'm going to see as the game continues forward, and whether or not those will sort of necessitate making a base. What's that? Just more of you guys. Keep an eye on that depth. One of the places we want to go to is supposed to be 1200 deep, which I can go to with this, although it's closer than I'd like to be to the maximum. It takes me to the Degassi crab squid territory where I'm a little worried of getting knocked under it. Whoa, big hitches. But aside from that, I don't like this ridge very much. But the next one down is 1400, so I need to get kyanite so I can upgrade my depth. That goes way the hell down there, huh? I don't like this ridge because it reminds me of The Duke's Deer Freya. Like a giant spider's gonna crawl up and attack me. It actually looks a lot like that location. Not the boss chamber, the surprise attack in New Game Plus. We're going deeper. The cameras are really necessary for navigating with this thing. You can't see shit when you like. There's so much vertical movement in this vehicle, and you can't see really anything vertical out the front window. You can't really see much of anything out the front window. What am I seeing right now? What am I seeing right now? Red things? Look at them go. They're so weird looking. And constant bubbles. Oh. I'm curious. There's constant bubbles rising. There's little red things drifting around. What if this is me going towards the volcanic area? Because yeah, the next thing's supposed to be existing at 1200 down in a volcanic area. Let's take a look at one of those guys. Nope. Also, let's eat. I'm probably a little more proactive than I need to be, but I just don't want to have these things drain down to nothing, or ever really ever risk it being a problem. So I don't let it. I just kind of make it a routine whenever I'm getting on and off this thing, just to keep an eye on my meters. First of all, how big are you guys? Really small, looks like? Lava larva. Oh, look at him. Look at the little guy. What a weird sight. Oh, it's getting warm. The fuck is that sound? Oh, those are sounds. Are those supposed to be volcanism noises or something? I don't know. Was there a new creature to photograph? I saw a little orange guy by the larva, but I lost him. Okay, calm down, soundtrack. Oh, I never read about the spinefish. Small school mentality prey fish, closely related to hoopfish. Gray coloration. Combination of near translucent flesh with white rib-like markings gives this fish a deathly appearance. It takes advantage of this to avoid the attention of its predators. Behavior moves in schools for protection, but will disperse and flee if necessary, whereon those fortunate enough to escape the gaze of their assailants will make for the sea floor and hide amongst the detritus. Edible, but not very. Huh. Yeah, they move around in groups and they just scatter when bad things happen, as you'd expect. That's the wrong menu entirely. Scavengers and parasites. Lava larva. Hey, that's the weird vagina mouth that we saw. That's on the bottom of it. So this is what was pinned up in that lab I saw earlier. The one I hadn't seen before is up with like the rays and everything. A grub-like species which appears to lack sight and smell, but is able to sense and drain thermal electrical energy in its immediate environment. Oh. Oh no. Are you saying it can latch onto my ship and drain its power? I don't want to hear that. Suction cup, capable of attaching to smooth surfaces and generating high pressure suction. Will release if it comes under sufficient strain. Torso. Thick scales protect them from extreme temperatures. The lava larva lacks a traditional digestive system. Instead, it powers its internal processes directly from the energy it consumes. It doesn't have a digestive system. It just sucks energy into itself. Okay. Behavior. Attached to energy sources of all kinds, draws energy from its prey to survive. Avoid when piloting vehicles. Remove to conserve batteries. Oh boy. Okay, so you're a direct threat. Are there any on me? Shit. There's literally one on me right now. Son of a bitch. Alright, first of all...
Engine powering up.
I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna stop for the day. This is a good place to stop. We're like transitioning to somewhere new. I want to back away from the bad thing real quick. Cool.
Engine powering down.
Now I'm gonna murder the fuck out of it. How dare you? Get off of mine. I only have like 500 billion things to go work with here. Jesus, did it explode? You okay, buddy? Wait, did it explode? I think it's just gone. I like that while I was reading about what it does, it was literally doing that right in front of me. Of course it was. So that's how they're gonna ramp up the difficulty. Interesting. That's the next risk, is as I go deeper, now there's gonna be a constant threat of those things latching onto my vehicle, draining my batteries even faster. When, of course, running out of batteries is the big scare. It's an interesting mechanic to add to ratchet up the tension a little bit. The only thing is that they made power cells so easy to craft. Like, they're not expensive at all, and they're crafted via really common resources that I can't help but feel like maybe they made that too easy if they want it to be a genuine threat. We'll see. I'll probably be able to power through. Oops, wrong one. Case endpoint. I have no idea why it drains so inconsistently. It's kind of annoying. I really wish it wouldn't do that. We're 3 power cells down and like 20 to go. So come at me, lava larva, who apparently are not even larvae. Even that's a lie, evidently. Next time, let's take a break.